Hello, folks, and how are you all doing? So, in this video, we will be trying to understand about search engines and how they work in general. So, I have this very interesting article from GFG, and let's see what they are saying about search engines. So, search engines are the software program that provides information according to the user query. It finds various websites or web pages that are available on the internet and gives related results according to the search. To rank well on a search engine, it's important to know what are search engines and how they work. So, search engines, as you all know, is like Google, and previously we had Yahoo and few others. So, what they do is they go through the World Wide Web, the jungle of the web, and they find relevant articles according to whatever you search. So, for example, they are giving some examples. So, search engines are programs that allow users to search and retrieve information from the vast amount of content available on the internet. So, yeah, so basically, they do all the hard work for finding which websites or which links have the information that we want. Now, to give a pictorial view, let's say that we have the whole internet as something like this. So, let's say this is our internet. Seems very small, but let's consider that this is the whole internet. Internet. And let's say we have some search engine over here. And let's consider this to be a search engine. It could be anything, Google, Yahoo, or whatever, even ChatGPT maybe. I believe ChatGPT doesn't give links, so may not be that. So search engine, and it will basically communicate with this thing, and accordingly, it will also communicate with the user. Let's give a user over here. So let's say this is one user, very poorly drawn user, but this is one user, and this guy will send some requests, any search query, let's say, and this will go to the search engine. The search engine will send it to the internet. I mean, it will try to find like maybe here is some website and here is some website, and it will send some information down here in the form of a list or array or whatever. And this is something. Let's see what they're saying over this, and whatever they're getting, they will be sending the same thing back to the user. So this is how basically it works. So they use algorithms to index and rank web pages based on relevance to a user's query, providing a list of results for the users to explore. Popular search engines include Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And for example, a student wants to learn a C++ language, so he searches C++ tutorial GFG in the search engine. So the student gets a list of links that contain the tutorial links for GFG, or we can say that a search engine is an internet-based software program whose main task is to collect a large amount of data information about what is on the internet, then categorize data. And so what we understand is, first of all, what search engines will do is whatever query we send. So let's draw a better picture over here. So let's say we have one guy here, and this guy is asking for some information, and this information could be, in this case, for example, we have GFG articles, and it will go to the search engine, and the search engine will do what it will do. It will basically search from the web. So it will try to search the internet. Let's say this is the internet, and it will, let's say, find and this and many other articles like this, and it will send all of these articles, but it will be doing one more thing, and that is it will be doing one ranking. So let's say in page 1 it will be sending this, and in page 2, no, not page 2, like link 2. So for example, let's say CPP tutorial, you have link 1, 2, 3, 4. So for example, in W3 schools we have one, then C++, then something else, something else, something else. So this is one form of ranking they will do, and then maybe it will find something here, and which it will send it to number 3. And this whole document it will be sending to the user through the search engine. So something like this. Let's say this is the final one, and this is what they're doing. And even I believe this picture is actually worse than the above one, but anyway, we are trying to understand. So bad picture is really not a problem, I believe. So how search engines work? Since we know that what a search engine, now let's have a closer look at how they work. So first of all, the Google bots search the web for fresh material by crawling new pages, and then indexing. The Google index is used to organize, categorize, and store the information that the bots have identified. And lastly, ranking, which pages appear in the ACRP and in what order are determined by the Google ranking algorithm. So, what really happens here is, should we draw another picture, or let's draw another one? So let's say this is our beautiful user, And this user, I think he's angry because he's not getting good search results. So he sent some query. It could be anything. And first of all, the search engine will deploy some bots. So let's say we have some bots over here that is being deployed, uh, bots, and these bots will be searching our internet. So I think let me try to copy this thing. Possible? Yeah. Okay. It's missing one arm, but anyway, it's not a problem. So these bots are deployed to search the internet, and they are searching for all these documents, whatever is there. So this is our like first step. So this step is working. So bots are crawling, and this process is what we call as web scraping or crawling. Not really scraping. This is maybe web crawling. Crawling. So they are crawling and finding out the data, and then what they're getting is they're getting lots of things. So for example, all of these documents they're getting. So these 2 pages, 3 pages, and there could be more, like maybe some here, some other bot is trying to find that. And it will be gathering all of these things, and it will be gathering all of this in one, let's say one giant document. And it will not be keeping these things haphazardly. It will be organizing it correctly. So, and that is what we call indexing. In other words, this is like 1, 2, 3, like that, and 4. And if something else is there, it will go to next page. And like that, this is organized. And this same thing is being sent to the user, our user, and the user will become happy. So now our user is happy once we have all this information. And lastly, we have some kind of rank. So which pages appear in the SERP and in which order. So we have the articles listed and then some pages listed. So first of all, they are talking about crawling. So search engines have a number of computer programs that are responsible for finding the information that is publicly available on the internet. The crawler scans the web and creates a list of all available websites. Okay, and then each website, and by reading the HTML code, they try to understand the structure of the page. So I'm sure when you're writing HTML, you have seen some tags. So HTML code tags. So if I go to W3 schools, you will see that HTML codes can also have some tags. So for example, I think we have to find some HTML boiler code. Let me try to boilerplate HTML. And we have an article from FreeCodeCamp. So as you can see, this is a boilerplate, and I believe at the top in part of meta, as a metadata, you can add lots of tags. So those tags are actually being read by these bots, and they try to understand that this article is related to this or not. And this is the reason actually that what we call that React is often has some issues related to the search engines, because React basically loads everything on the browser. And often what happens is we are not able to provide good metadata for the respective pages, and the search is often not that good. So this is one issue with React, and there are also some solutions for this. And so anyway, and then we have indexing. Information identified by the crawler needs to be organized, sorted, and stored so that it can be processed later by the ranking algorithm. Search engines don't store all the information at your index, but if they keep things like title and description of the page, the type of content, associated keywords, and number of incoming and outgoing links, and a lot other parameters. I mean, so they basically organize things, and this is what we call as indexing. And lastly, ranking. Ranking is the position by which the website is listed in any search engine. There is following 3 steps in which how ranking works. So first is analyze the user query. This step is to understand what kind of information the user is looking for. And then finding matching pages. This step is used to look for which index will match, like which index should come first and which is second. So indexing is like the organizing of data. And lastly, ranking is like the order in which we will show it to the user and present the results to the users. A typical search result page includes an organic result in most cases and enriched with other elements like paid ads and I mean anyway whatever. So depending on the priority, you can rank. So step one is this. This is you can consider to be step one, and that is this is basically crawling the web and getting the data. So step one, as we are calling as crawling. So you can consider this to be crawling and getting data. And then this is the step two, in which we are basically analyzing the info analyzing info, and storing. And lastly, we have some priorities depending on which we will present it to the user, and that may depend on the user query and as well as some paid ads or whatever. So sometimes what happens, we will show some paid ads because of Google's business policy. So that is also another reason. So this is present uh, the data to user ranking on priority, you can say, or algorithm, whichever determines the priority, or algo, wh- whichever suits. So this is the step 3, and this is how basically our indexing works. And lastly, we have the components. So the components is basically one web crawler, and web crawler is basically this tiny bots that helps us get the data. And a search engine uses multiple web crawlers to crawl through the World Wide Web to gather info. And we have a database. The information which is gathered by the web crawler by crawling through the internet is stored in a database. And from there only, we are getting all the stuff. And lastly, search interface is just an interface to the data base which is employed by the user to search through the database. So search interface is there, and this interface is basically what we have. So for example, if we open Google, so here we can search. So this is what is our search interface. So this is also another component of. So it's a very simple UI, you can say. So we have the search interface. We search for something Python. Okay, this is our query. It goes to the web crawlers go and gather all this information, and it stores the information in a database. So these are all the 3 components. So pictorially, if we view, so first of all, this is our web crawler. This is the first part. This is our web crawler, and second thing, the database. This is actually a database where we are storing. Let's say this is a database. I think this is how databases looks like, and we are storing all of these things. So whatever we are gathering, so these things and all of these things, we are storing inside this database. And lastly, number 3 is our basically UI. So for example, the user is searching here, so here he will have one nice looking UI, and here he will have an engine, and here he will have a search box and a button. So this is our number 3, and that is our user interface, you can say. So that is the whole component of our search engines and usage of search engines. So searching for information, searching for image and videos, location, people, entertainment, and education. I mean, we all know this thing. Like we use search engines every day. So this is not something that we need to know from this article. And how do we use search engine? We also know that we simply go and type. I mean, we have already seen that. So yeah, so that is one cool example of how search engines work. And yeah, do let me know if you would like more illustration videos like this one, like how many other kinds of tech works. And I'm also interested in bringing a lot more videos like this because it gives me a lot of enjoyment and fun creating such kind of videos. But yeah, I understand I need to maybe do some better drawing. So yeah, that's it for this, folks. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, then make sure to like, share, and subscribe because it helps the channel grow. And yeah, I will see you next time with another very interesting video. So see ya.